Greetings, viewers. Today we embark on a 10-minute journey through the Book of 2 Kings from the King James Bible. I'm your guide on this adventure, where we'll uncover the royal narratives, prophetic encounters, and divine interventions that are intricately woven into this biblical tapestry. This exploration promises to shed light on the complexities of leadership and prophecy that are as relevant today as they were in biblical times. As we dive into the rich depths of these ancient texts, we'll navigate through the highs and lows of kings and prophets, witnessing the divine interplay of obedience, faith, and divine judgment. So I invite you to join me on this fascinating journey. Don't forget to subscribe for more biblical deep dives and gear up for an enriching exploration of the Book of 2 Kings. Let's dive into the complexities of leadership and prophecy. Before we dive into the chapters, let's set the stage. The Book of 2 Kings is a royal saga chronicling the reigns of various kings, their triumphs, their failures, and their intricate relationship with the prophets of their time. But to truly understand the narrative, we must first venture back to the reign of King Solomon. Solomon, renowned for his wisdom, wealth, and the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem, ruled in an era of relative peace and prosperity. Yet, beneath the surface, his reign was marred by political alliances sealed with marriages to foreign princesses, leading him astray into idolatry. His actions sowed the seeds of discontent, leading to the fracturing of the unified kingdom of Israel after his death. Solomon's son Rehoboam ascended to the throne, but his harsh policies led to the division of Israel. The 10 northern tribes revolted, establishing their own kingdom, known as Israel, with Jeroboam as their king. The remaining tribes in the south formed the kingdom of Judah, with Jerusalem as its capital and Rehoboam as its ruler. This division set the stage for a turbulent period of history. Israel and Judah, once a unified force, now stood as two distinct entities, each with its own line of kings. The kings varied greatly in their faithfulness to God, with some seeking to honor God and lead their people according to his laws, while others fell into the trap of idolatry and led their people astray. The narrative of 2 Kings intricately weaves through this complex tapestry of rulers, highlighting the consequences of their actions, both for themselves and for their kingdoms. It's a tale of divine judgment and mercy, of failure and redemption, and of the constant struggle between the human tendency towards self-rule and the divine call to obedience. As we traverse through this narrative, we'll encounter moments of great faith and devastating downfall. We'll meet kings who sought to do what was right in the eyes of the Lord, and those who did evil, leading their people into sin. We'll witness the rise and fall of empires, the clash of cultures, and the ceaseless call of the prophets urging the kings and their people to return to God. In the midst of all this, we'll see how God's plan unfolds, how his promises stand firm, and how he uses both the obedient and the disobedient to accomplish his divine purposes. We'll see the power of prophecy, the importance of obedience, and the devastating consequences of turning away from God. And so the stage is set for a fascinating exploration of kings and prophets. As we delve deeper into the narrative of 2 Kings, we'll uncover the rich tapestry of history, prophecy, and divine intervention that makes this book a timeless treasure in the biblical canon. Join me as we encounter prophets like Elijah and Elisha, significant figures who command an impressive presence in the narrative of 2 Kings. These men of God, armed with divine authority, challenge the status quo, confront wayward kings, and perform miraculous feats that defy human understanding. Elijah, a prophet from Tishbe, emerges from the wilderness, embodying the fearlessness and faithfulness required to carry God's message. He's not just a voice in the wilderness, he's a force to be reckoned with. His most remarkable feat, perhaps, is his face-off with the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel, where he calls down fire from heaven to consume a water-soaked sacrifice, a testament to the supremacy of the God of Israel. And then there's Elisha, the protege of Elijah, who receives a double portion of his mentor's spirit. Elisha's ministry is marked by a series of miracles that illustrate God's compassion and power. From the purification of a poisonous pot of stew to the multiplication of a widow's jar of oil, Elisha manifests the divine in everyday life, offering hope and relief to those in need. But these prophets do more than just perform miracles. They serve as the moral compass for the kings and their kingdoms, calling out injustice, idolatry, and disobedience, often at great personal risk. Elijah's confrontation with Ahab and Jezebel over the murder of Naboth and the theft of his vineyard underscores this prophetic role. Similarly, Elisha's prophetic insights guide kings in times of war and peace, demonstrating the strategic significance of these prophetic voices. These prophets also embody the tension between divine judgment and mercy. While Elijah announces a severe drought as a consequence of Israel's apostasy, Elisha heals Naaman, the Syrian commander, of his leprosy, extending God's grace beyond Israel's borders. Yet their ministries are not without controversy. Elijah's dramatic exit in a whirlwind of fire, ascending to heaven in a chariot, challenges conventional ideas of mortality. Elisha's curse on the mocking youths resulting in a bear attack raises questions about prophetic authority and its misuse. But at the heart of their narratives is a profound truth: the relentless pursuit of faithfulness to God, even in the face of opposition. Their lives echo the divine call to obedience and the promise of God's presence amidst adversity. These accounts reveal the intersection of faith and divine intervention. They remind us that God often works through unexpected people in unexpected ways, challenging our assumptions, disrupting our comfort, and inviting us to participate in the unfolding of His divine plan. So, as we navigate the narratives of Elijah and Elisha, let's not just marvel at their miraculous exploits. Let's also reflect on their courage, their faithfulness, and their unwavering commitment to God's commands. They invite us not just to observe, but to participate in the grand narrative of God's redemptive work in the world. Navigate through the historical upheavals as the Assyrians conquer Israel and the Babylonians exile Judah. Together, we'll traverse the sands of time back to an era where kingdoms rise and fall and people's faith is tested. Picture this: the Assyrians, a mighty empire, sweep across the land of Israel, leaving devastation in their wake. The Israelites, once a united and powerful kingdom under Solomon, now find themselves at the mercy of the Assyrian conquerors. The 10 tribes of Israel are taken captive, their homes and cities laid to waste. This is the Assyrian exile, an event that shakes the very foundation of Israelite society. But the trials and tribulations don't end there. Next, we witness the Babylonian exile. The Babylonians, another powerful empire, set their sights on the remaining kingdom of Judah. Despite warnings from prophets, the rulers of Judah fail to heed their advice. The Babylonians invade, Jerusalem falls, and the people of Judah are led away into exile. These events are more than just historical upheavals. They're deeply personal trials for the kings, prophets, and people of Israel and Judah. Kings watch as their kingdoms crumble, prophets struggle to make their voices heard, and ordinary people grapple with the loss of their homes and their faith. Among the kings, some stand out for their defiance against the invaders, while others crumble under the pressure. The prophets, too, play a crucial role. Men like Jeremiah and Ezekiel become beacons of hope, offering words of comfort and prophesying a return from exile. The faith of the people is also put to the test. Some lose hope, while others cling to their beliefs, trusting in the promises of their prophets. The exiles are a time of soul-searching, a time to reflect on their actions and their relationship with God. In the midst of all this chaos, there are moments of resilience, of faith renewed, and a people determined to preserve their culture and identity. There are also moments of despair, of faith tested, and a people grappling with their place in the world. These tumultuous times had a profound impact on the kings, prophets, and people of Israel and Judah. They serve as a stark reminder of the cyclical nature of history and the enduring power of faith in the face of adversity. Explore the reigns of righteous kings like Hezekiah and Josiah. As we journey through the chapters of 2 Kings, we encounter these 2 stalwarts of faith who ascended the throne in times of spiritual decline. Their reigns stand out as beacons of righteousness, illuminating the dark backdrop of a divided kingdom. King Hezekiah, a descendant of King David, assumed the throne of Judah at just 25 years old. Despite the spiritual downfall of his predecessors, Hezekiah chose a different path. He reformed the religious practices of his kingdom, reinstating the worship of Jehovah and destroying the idols that had led his people astray. His faith was tested numerous times, yet he stood firm, a testament to his unwavering devotion to God. Next, we meet King Josiah, another righteous ruler, who ascended the throne at the tender age of 8. Josiah, like Hezekiah, sought to lead his people back to the worship of the one true God. He initiated a series of religious reforms, reinstating the Passover and purging the kingdom of idolatry. He ruled with a heart that was tender and humble before God. But the story doesn't end with these righteous kings. Their reigns were followed by others who strayed from the path of obedience, leading the kingdoms of Israel and Judah into a spiral of sin and rebellion. The consequences were severe. The kingdoms were besieged, the people exiled, and the divine promise of a land flowing with milk and honey seemed a distant memory. Yet, in the midst of this turmoil, the divine narrative continues to unfold. God's love for his people and his desire for their repentance and return to him remains constant. These narratives highlight the timeless lessons of leadership, obedience, and faith. It underscores the importance of choosing leaders who will guide us towards righteousness and the consequences that follow when we stray from God's commands. As we conclude, reflect on the enduring relevance of 2 Kings in our lives today. This biblical book is not merely a historical chronicle of ancient kings and prophets. It's a prism through which we can view and understand the complexities of leadership, the power of prophecy, and the inevitability of divine judgment. We journeyed through the reigns and legacies of different kings, witnessed the interventions of prophets like Elijah and Elisha, and navigated the tumultuous times of Assyrian and Babylonian exiles. These narratives from thousands of years ago continue to resonate with us, offering insights into the consequences of our actions and the importance of faith. We live in a different age, but the human struggles and moral questions posed in 2 Kings are as relevant as ever. Whether it's the challenges of leadership, the power of faith, or the consequences of disobedience, 2 Kings offers us a mirror to reflect upon our own lives. The intertwined narratives of leadership, prophecy, and divine judgment offer timeless lessons. Thank you for joining me on this 10-minute odyssey through the book of 2 Kings. We've journeyed through royal narratives, prophetic encounters, and divine interventions, unpacking the rich tapestry of this biblical book. If you found this exploration insightful and want to delve deeper into the wisdom of the King James Bible, don't hesitate to hit the like button. Your thoughts and reflections make this journey even more meaningful. So, why not share them in the comments section? Your insights could be the spark that ignites another viewer's curiosity. And remember, our exploration doesn't end here. There are more biblical deep dives waiting for you. Make sure you don't miss out by hitting the subscribe button. Together, we'll continue to unearth the timeless lessons embedded in these ancient texts. I'm encouraging you to stay inquisitive, to continue seeking wisdom, and to never stop learning. Until next time, stay curious and stay enlightened.